get your content? Do you get stumped with that? Well, I titled this particular episode, Why Have a Podcast? And do you have a podcast, or do you wish that maybe you could be on a podcast, or possibly do you not know how to start making a podcast? Well, I can tell you that with my channel, Think Your Way to a Million, that I'm here intentionally to help you be able to put your ideas into place, and also to be able to direct you in the right direction, to be able to use, again, the right ideas, the right softwares, what have you, to actually bring your idea to life. So, so what I had earlier today was I was invited to be on a podcast, but guess what happened? This is what happened. I'm gonna just move my camera here because the light's changing. Yeah, the host didn't show up. Can you believe that? So hopefully I'll wish them well. Hopefully they're okay and something bad didn't happen to them. But if you're going to have a podcast, it's important that you have the right things in place. One, you should always check up to make sure that your guests are coming. So send out automations. And then two, the other thing that I had experienced was this. I went to go hit the cancellation within the invite for that gets put on your Gmail calendar, and then it brought me to a broken page. So these are all the types of things that if you follow my channel well enough, that if you have an interest in building something, actually drop it on my community page, leave a comment, because I'm not just a business owner that you do get access to my free class if you'd like to. Hit subscribe, come back often, as I say. But I do have 30 years of business experience. I went into working for myself in 99. In 2001, I implemented online booking. What that meant was I started automating my stuff before automating was cool. Hey, hi, Christina. So, hey everybody, thanks for showing up again. So I popped on again today. I was supposed to be a guest on a podcast, but they didn't show up. So hopefully, like I said, they're okay. But if you're looking to make content, this is where you can get the best content. And I'm not talking here, but you can hit subscribe. I'm talking in life in general. Because if you're trying to want to get started with being a content creator, or if you have an idea, what I would like to be part of in your life is that inspirational page that you come back to that has ideas, but I have the tech know-how to be able to put those together. And if you want to have a podcast, that's a great way to be able to express yourself, and don't be afraid to do so. I'm also going to make a suggestion from my own experience from just getting stood up. Who likes to get, hi Lena, Ruby. The other thing too is you don't want to get stood up. And if you have a podcast, and you start making a brand for yourself, it doesn't look good if you were to not show up, right? So I'm going to give you a first free tip right now. You can look up Spotify, and I'm sure you've heard of Spotify. They have now migrated over to for a podcast platform that's 100% free. It's called Riverside. Okay. So the thing that makes it kind of comical that I got stood up was I was approached on LinkedIn, and I don't take invitations very often because I don't know about you, but I'm sure I can't see you right now, but I'm sure you don't like time wasted. Who does, right? But I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, you know what? I scheduled it weeks out. I didn't get any reminders. I thought that was odd. And then if you have somewhat of a tech background, or if you're ever curious to know, as far as a website, like what's on the back side of the website. You can, as far as what platform, because like some people use WordPress. I build my stuff with a lot of WordPress. I also use HighLevel. If you do want a 30-day trial, you can just grab my free class. It's in my profile. But in this instance, since I got invited to a podcast, I wanted to know what the guy was using. He's using the same software I am. But the difference is that he had me on as a guest, and there's a few reasons to have a podcast. One, because you really care. Two, because you really like making content. And then three, because you care about the guest and helping them. It's a great way to be able to connect with people, to share what others do. I come from that space, okay? I've had people on my podcast, but it's because I really care about sharing what other people are trying to get across. Hey, welcome, party's getting bigger. So, and another reason to have a podcast would be from what's called SEO, search engine optimization, because you want more exposure for if you're working with me, it's for both brands, not just your brand. Because if you go into trying to make your brand bigger at the expense of somebody else, that just doesn't look good. But the thing is that I'm going to give you tips that don't cost you anything. I don't need to hustle. I don't need to sell, because I've got 30 years of experience, and that's what I want to. That's what I really want to get across to all of you. So I started my business in '99. So if you're wanting to start an online business right now, just drop it in the comments, because I am wanting to have a community of like-minded people. I love helping, like, say, young blood, or my previous go live, just like a couple hours ago, really struck a chord. Somebody was sharing that they were worried about losing their job. That can apply to anybody, but in this instance, the dude was like 50 something. So I love helping to empower people to future proof and always have a plan B. And then the other thing is that, you know what, figure out what you want to do, and just do it. Like, start putting the steps forward to do it. Right. Also, let me know where you're from. And if you haven't started a YouTube channel yet to make content for yourself, now's a really good time to do it. Because if you have a hobby or something that you really like doing that might not be your day job, hey, I'm going to share something with you. You might as well make a course out of what it is that you love to do, because what you know how to do very well, guess what? There's going to be a whole audience of people that want to learn what it is that you know, but they don't know where to start. You see where I'm going with this? So when I say that my channel's think your way to $1 million.com, I have nothing to sell you about getting rich quick. In fact, I share on every one of my go lives across my socials. Take $20 and buy the book, The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. It's about becoming debt free. And then just read the damn book and then do it. What I want to impress on you, whether you're 20, 30, 40, I'm in a little higher tier club now, is it's never too late to start. It's never too late to start. And you don't have to settle for where you're at now. I get my friends together locally every New Year's, not to make so much a New Year's resolution, but it's become a thing to do a vision board. When's the last time? Oh, do you remember me from earlier? Yes. Hey, hi. Thank you for coming back. When's the last time you really wrote down what you want out of life? Or maybe you're in the beginning stages and you're young blood and you're trying to figure it out. That's okay too, And then maybe you're feeling funky and 40, thinking, oh my God, I'm so old, life's over. No, you're not. It's only just getting better. The things that I find that have worked for me on the motivational side of things is you're going to have days that you feel, I did today, really, this morning, I didn't want to do anything. Today, I put my makeup on because I was like, at 2 o'clock, I had to be on a podcast. Guess what? It didn't, like I said, it didn't happen. But what came out of that was I get to spend my time with all of you, and I really appreciate it. And the other thing I can share with you as a content creator is this. Don't get caught up in the numbers, all right? Don't. We're all going to be victim of it to some extent. Uh, be more mindful and impactful about the message that you share, because if I can make a difference in just one person's life, if one person is watching, that's awesome. That's awesome. I shared it earlier. I moved 23 times in 21 years. I went to 14 schools in 12 grades. I never felt like I fit in. And so why I want to make an impactful difference with my teachings with Think Your Way to $1,000,000.com, please hit subscribe, is so that it becomes contagious and you can do the same for others. Because have you ever had somebody have you ever been like in a drive-through at like Starbucks or Dunkin', and somebody's done what's called be active about it, a random act of kindness where they've just bought you a coffee for no reason? I do that. So I do that, and I'm going to share something personal with you. Past week or two, I've been struggling with not wanting to sound like I'm pitch or selling anything. And you know why? Because there are so many marketers out there that's what they do. That's what they do. And let me tell you, I bought a pitch or two, and all I did at the time was I picked the wrong person to buy something from. I'm going to repeat that again. I picked the wrong person to buy something from. And I did a podcast about it, because if you're high achieving, this might resonate with you, because where I found myself was separated with a lot of money, and then I was left with some disappointment. And that's the worst thing. It doesn't matter if you spend $5 and disappointed, or 10, or try 26,000, disappointment's disappointment. But what was it that I was looking for, as somebody that's like, I taught myself all the tech stuff. I was looking for a fast pass. Wouldn't you agree? Isn't that why we use Amazon, like delivery next day? Isn't it why if you pay a little extra, you go to maybe Six Flags because you want to get a shortcut in front of the line? So that's where I was struggling with, because my story's actually real. But the other thing that I see other people doing is really playing up their story. We all have a story. You have a story. I don't know what your story is, but whatever your story is that is stopping you from moving forward, that is why I want you coming back to my channel, because you can make a life for yourself, and whatever that feels like. And I do come from a place of being debt free, and it didn't happen overnight. Okay. Oh, hi, Cecilia. Yeah, I'll give you a shout out. I'm real. Hey, you're real. So make a vision board for yourself, or a sticky note, or something that's going to remind you of what you want. Picture yourself 12 months from now. Or if that's too much of a commitment for yourself, make it smaller. Where would I like to see myself 2 weeks from now? Where would I like to see myself like 30 days from now? Because guess what? Each one of you're in charge of you. You really are. Because, man, if I had listened to the things that I was told decades ago, it'd be a different story. But I happen to be a little stubborn. So hang out with me, come back often. And if you're wondering why I'm offering a free class, it's an intro to the introduction to the people that I like with the software that I use. And I actually go to their live events, but it's not the software, it's the connectivity of people, resources, and being able to, I speak to like the creator side of things, but I am very much business minded. So don't get me wrong. I like making money, but I get more satisfaction out of doing content that can lead you down a road of reading the book, The Total Money Makeover, so you're debt free. Because when you start from zero, every $5 you make, it's like, it's actually $5, right? It's not like, hey, listen, I remember like yesterday, I was 19. I was living on my own back in the day. I was working 2 jobs. It was hard. Okay. And some of that stuff from generation to generation doesn't change, but what can change is one idea. So I am eternally grateful to my friend that told me read the book, The Total Money Makeover, because it changed my life. It changed my life, and it can change yours too. And it sucked at first. And then I know that, like, say, I'm going to give you some few examples of how it is that I use the software that I do. Okay. I use it to automate my salon business. My husband uses it for his reviews. And then if you like making content, there's a social media planner inside. So even that can be used twice, right? If you have a business, you can use it to post your social media, or maybe you want to be the somebody that does social media for somebody, and you can make a business out of it. And then there's the space about making money. Hey, thanks for joining me. You can hit subscribe if you would. There's also the affiliate, the making money through affiliate marketing, where you find a good product or you find an idea, or help somebody else where they have an affiliate program, and you can make money from making recommendations. So when it comes to my think your way to a million, what I want is for it should actually be like, what you call it, live your way to freedom. Because it's not always about the hustle for the money. It's not. The money comes, you can have money in your life if you want to have money. I have been able to work part-time my entire life because that's the way our family set it up. But I can teach you systems, especially if you own a salon, how to work smarter. And not only if you just own a salon, I've really mastered how to work smarter, because I don't know about you. Do you really want to have to go to work for 40 to 60 hours a week, work for 30, 40 years? Want to? Is that what you signed up for, or is that what you've been conditioned to? Right. Now, there's a way, there really is a way to live on your terms. Now, the reason why I get so excited about creating content to help those of you on how to create content is you can wind up making yourself a side job while you're working your traditional job. Because it really did strike a chord with me earlier today when that guy on Instagram, I don't ever want to see somebody without work. I don't ever want to see somebody not be able to put food on their table. I don't want to see people struggling to make money, because the beautiful thing is we have the internet now. So, and if you don't know how to make a job or a podcast, stick around. Leave me some comments, because then I can make content that is for you. So that way, when you come back, if you need like instructions on how to do something, I did this several months ago. There was one of you that was following me said, "Hey, Ann Marie, I don't know how to make a faceless video." I was like, "Oh, I'll have it up for you. I'll have a demonstration up for you by tomorrow." Because where I'm at with 30 years out, it's like, you know what? It is a good place to be, and I want to save you time. That's what I want to save you, is time, and I want to help you to have a good life. All right. So thank you for coming back again. I don't know if I've done two in one day before, but I was just like, you know what? I wanted to use my time wisely because I got stood up on a podcast. I really hope they're okay. But again, if you're just jumping on, this live's only 20 minutes. I did one that was about 10 minutes earlier today. Welcome. Come back. I really do care about each of you, and I want to experience one of you leaving me a message at some point. Hey, Ann Marie, you know what? You really did help me on something, because that's why I do this. That's why I do this. And so thank you for being part of my life. And I got to go home now because I've actually got to go make a tutorial that's more about tech. So you're going to find that Think Your Way to a Million is a combination of my experiences over 30 years. I've been self-employed, and I started automating stuff before some of you were alive. So that I want to break down the how-to so that if I inspire you, you're going to like, oh, you know what? I want to take one of my ideas and put it online. So, and if you have 30 days, in front of you right now, yeah, if you take my class, just grab the link. It's in my bio, or I can drop it in here. And what you're going to get when you take my free class, you're not going to get upsold in a sense. Like there's nothing behind door number 2. Okay, you're going to be introduced how to use the software that I do through a direct connection with the software company for 30 days. Okay, and then between them and myself, with them, they're going to provide you a 5-day real boot camp that is designed for you to get your first customer. And so if you do really want to start a business online, or start even, like some of you call it a side hustle, I kind of cringe at the word hustle because I've been hustled before. But if you want to start a part-time job on the side, check it out and come back and watch my stuff, because I am debt free. I do know what it is to have automated a business to a million, and I also know what it is to lead a fulfilled and happy life, because it's not all about the grind. I'm just out here sharing with you that you're not stuck. You're not stuck where you are, because there's always a good book that you can read to get unstuck. You can talk to ChatGPT for ideas, or you can come back and drop a question in my thread if I happen to be on. I'll try to help you, and just have a great day. All right. So thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.